All right, let's get you guys a little update on the car. So, wiring is boring, unless there's some of you out there that are weirdos and enjoy watching other people wire. I feel like that's like one of the most tedious things on building a car, or doing anything in general, but like the wiring is just, it's not fun, it's just repetitive, and it's just like, yeah. So I didn't record any of me doing any of the wiring to get the slipper and all the new sensors and stuff wired in. Just, I don't know, it's boring. If some of you guys like the wiring, leave a comment down below saying, hey, I like watching people wire, and maybe I'll throw in some like time lapses and stuff. Also, what I did too is I got the new staging brake plumbed up. I got the slipper valve, everything installed. I got a new little hydraulic parking brake installed. So we were doing some building some custom lines and stuff for that. So let's check it out. So put the light on here. So we got the panel back. This is the cable, obviously, for the ECU. So let's check it out. So we got the panel back. So we switched some stuff up, and we had to add a couple bus bars because now I'm doing a 5-volt reference for the sensors and the sensor ground for all that, as opposed to like splicing it behind it. So yeah, that's the new panel there. And then now we got the new staging brake set up. So we got rid of the center console, and we got the whole staging brake set up. So let me go over to the driver's side and get you like a little cockpit view. All right, here we are, cockpit view. So new handbrake, I like it right there. Same shifter, we got the lockout shifter from Fat Boy Racing. Did great last season, so we're still rocking it. We did pick up the KDN shifter, or sorry, KDN staging brake plate, which worked out nice. Unbolted the shifter assembly, bolted the plate right in, and then the staging brake bolted right up to it. And we drilled an extra hole. So we got the slipper valve adjustment knob right here, so it's all nice within hand's reach, but like nothing's kind of getting in the way. So, and then we just got done building these 3-3 lines to this little guy right here, which is a hydraulic parking brake, which is pretty sweet, because what you do is you just push on the brake pedal, and then you push this down, and then you let go, and see it stays down. And when you're ready to roll, you just get in and tap the brakes, and it pops up. So we don't have to worry about like leaving it in gear or nothing. So, and then now we got the pressure sensor, brake pressure sensor in line as well. So that way we can, that's how we're gonna run the slipper valve, is off that. So I'll program it through the ECU to where once that sees like, it'll activate, once it like, how do I get this? It's going to activate above X amount of brake pressure. Still got to kind of mess around with that and see how much brake pressure I need to set it at. And once it drops below that, so pretty much once I'm holding the staging brake, and as soon as I let go, the timer is going to count. Which I guess I point that out. So you see the little staging brake timer right there. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from. Let me see if I turn this off, if you can kind of get a better. So it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but as soon as I let go of this, the timer should, yeah, I don't know if it's kind of hard to tell. As soon as I let go of the staging brake, it'll count down. So that way everything's kind of in sequence. I can get up there, staging brake, clutch, and then like I'll let out the clutch and release the staging brake at the same time. It'll do its slip for however long I need it to slip, and away we go. So I'm pretty excited with that. So we just got done bleeding all the brakes and all that stuff because we plumbed all these new lines, that whole thing in there, which worked out good because I was able to drill some holes through this base plate and secure it all there. So, and then this is the old bracket for the old staging brake, which I'm not even really worried about it right now. I'm just gonna leave it there. So pretty stoked. But what I was getting to do right now, I think we're gonna fire up the car for the first time in a long time, and we'll see how it runs. I mean, I haven't started this thing since like last October. We did new spark plugs and stuff. So yeah, let me set up the cameras, I'm gonna get the laptop in my hand, and then we got to set up the exhaust block so that way it doesn't spray everything. I'll put a little shield in front of it, and then we'll get this thing fired up, you guys. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, think we're ready to go. We got oil, we got fuel. See what she does. Ho ho ho! Not too much cranky crank. Oil pressure is building. I was messing around with the screen and I gotta fix the screen. I gotta plug into the screen and get that off there, but. Fire right up. Okay, well, she fired up. I don't know what's going on with the fuel pressure now. I don't know if that sensor might have wigged out. It's pegged at 145. You guys can see it's pegged at 145. It's definitely ain't got 145 psi fuel pressure. So let me look into that, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so it was just the fuel pressure sensor that was junk. So it was a cheap Amazon one that I bought, and I forgot to swap it out. So I've been upgrading to the low dollar motorsports ones, and those ones have been seeming to work a lot better. So let's go see if we can fire this thing back up. Sounds so good. Sounds so good. So see, fuel pressure is showing 0 now. So let's fire in the hole. Oh yeah. A lot better. I don't know if you guys could hear in the video, but the car is missing and only run on 3 cylinders. So cylinder 1 wasn't firing, which we could tell by the EGT sensors. It was cold. I checked spark, as you guys saw, and so it's got to be the fuel injector. So we got these things pulled out. It's kind of not surprising since the fuel pressure sensor was gummed up too. It's just what I need to start doing is after the end of the season, when I know I'm not going to race anymore, is drain out all the E98 and just put some pump gas, some 91 in it. Just run it through the fuel system and stuff to kind of just clean it all out and stuff. So that way when it sits all winter, all the, you know, the fuel system would be all right. And then we can drain out all the 91 and put E98 back through it. Just maintenance, man. You know, having a race car, something of this caliber, it's not a street car. You can't just drive it, let it sit, get fired up, drive it, let it sit. So just maintenance. So what you got to do, either you do it then, or now you got to when you go to start it up, now you're like, oh, it's misfire, and oh, let me go get injectors clean, yada yada yada. So that's on me. So just got to kind of start a better maintenance program. The better maintenance you do, the better your whole program is. So that's on me, but that's the plan. So we'll get these injectors cleaned and stuff, and then we'll get this thing fired back up. But that's going to do it for this video. It was kind of long. There's a lot of stuff going on. You guys missed out on a lot of things, but then you also got to see a lot of things. So we saw NFT fire up for the 2024 season, and we should be good to go test in a week. So but yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Get us to 1,000, baby. Get out there in GSD.